Hello and welcome back to Isyour6covered. I'm your host, Rick Six. Welcome to the show. Today we're drinking more liquid diabetes. Shaggy Rifleman. You were not logged in as the right one. You had your trolling name out there. Creepy Doll comes in first, a.k.a. the Shaggy Rifleman. Bob Smith. Manuel Lopez, welcome. Joe Combs. Steve Headley. Bob Smith's out there. Drew Bradley. And the famous C.J. Johnson. 45 auto. Let's see. I like to comment from the account. Still counts. I don't know. We're gonna have to take a poll on that one. Let's see what Chris Estes says, if it's going good or not. We'll see. Robert Warren, Lance Hawley, welcome. John Rollins. You know what? I had two options. I had option one was to go to bed early. 2A Van Man's out there, welcome. John Kreiderman. I didn't get a nap, no. It was either go to bed early or do some chatting. Todd Bailey, welcome to the show. Appreciate it. I'm not on topics tonight. It's going to be a fun night. Or maybe it won't be a fun night. I don't know how much we're going to learn tonight. I was actually thinking about putting the link out there, seeing who wanted to jump in. Have some fun. Actually get to meet some of you guys. It's always nice meeting the guys that show up to the matches that are out there. And I don't know how many of you guys have a computer or even a phone, but with a camera and a microphone. But before we get a bunch of crazies in here, I'm going to post this up. And every time I've ever done this, it goes to hell in a handbasket. But I figured, why not? Why not? Frank Furr, welcome. Richard Arthur. TB's in the house. What is going on, Mr. TB? Mr. Tim. Tim's my master at arms around here. Fact is, I don't know if I can't do it on this one. Darn it! I'll have to do it when I'm on YouTube. Got to give TB a wrench. TB deserves a wrench. He has been not that some of you guys haven't as well, but he's been a huge supporter of the channel, and hopefully everybody out there is doing good. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up, everybody. Yeah, we got 31 already in here. And tonight's topic is going to be zero. I did do one thing that I shouldn't have done last night. I, not accidentally, but on purpose, hit the purchase button on the new... I don't even know if I should say this. The new Voodoo 360. So... hopefully in a month I'll have that. I'm basically on the pre-order list. And with that said, I'm excited. But I'm like, man, did I really want to do that? But I think it won't be a big deal. I'll get rid of one of the other ones and we'll be good to go. You guys need to come to up north a bit and shoot some Mars matches with us. Rifle Mania. Maybe. Gabdor's out there, welcome. Let's see who else is snuck in here. Pravada Racing, Brian T. Papa's Place, Mr. Les. Oh, TB has a wrench. Okay, cool. I can't see it from here on the... I'm on StreamYard right now, so it's a little bit different format. So I appreciate that, Papa's Place, for letting me know. What do you guys got for topics? Obviously, you didn't come here to... but I figured it'd be fun. More of a BS. Remember, we're going to do BS tonight. We're going to keep it non-political, because that always is just... there's enough of that going on already. But maybe we can have some fun. Maybe we can talk about concealed carry or something tonight. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This may get interesting. Yeah. Chris Smith, I've done this a couple times. I don't know if you guys have seen it. So far, I've seen a lot of you guys change my order to the 360 today. Chris Estes, if you are like a Tika, an AI, Curtis Axiom style 60-degree bolt guy, I don't know. I'm interested. I've always wanted Voodoo to make one, and they finally have. So why not? Jerry Parker needs a wrench. He does need a wrench. I can't do any wrenches right now, though, because I'm on StreamYard. At Isyour6covered. Jerry Parker. See, submitted the form to change mine to 360 as well. Wow. Okay. Actually, I talked to Dick Hedges today. You guys might know him. He's just out on the chats every once in a while. He goes between that and his other YouTube name. It's like Black Watch something. But I had texted him earlier today, and he actually ordered one as well. Barry Danick, welcome. We're just kind of BSing. Yeah, okay, Chris has a Curtis, so. There's Mr. Charles Tiffy. No snacks for me, just water and a roll with it. That's right, buddy. Rich Freeman out there, welcome. Welcome to the show. I was going to try to do a chat where keywords I wasn't going to be allowed to say, like long range, precision, and rifle, and try to get through the whole chat without saying those three things. There's too many lights on right here. Hold on 1 minute. Let's see if that helps. Right now, the little town I'm in, the power, if I steal it all, I gotta leave some power for somebody else with all those dang lights on. So how many of you guys, when are you guys getting those? So I had put my order through Altus last night, like at 11 o'clock at night, maybe 12. And it said a pre-order, and they should be out basically in a month-ish. Are you guys still on the same kind of time thing? New scope for the 360 or your Vortex? Gabdor, I'll probably just pop. I actually need one more. I don't need anything. I'm very lucky, fortunate. But I would like to get one more Vortex Razor HD. And if I was to do it again, because on the Skittles I have the H59. And I think if I was to buy another one, I think I'd go with the 7C, the EBR 7C. Really a huge fan of the EBR 2C reticle. They don't sell those anymore. So trying to get one of those isn't going to happen. So I would say maybe a new scope one day. I haven't seen any Vortex stuff on the matches lately. I haven't seen prize tables with any Vortex. It'd be nice. Maybe there'll be one on the next one. At least do a 50% off. When I had one, I actually used that one with the certificate I had won. And that was before they changed it to $800 or up to $800. So I was lucky enough to pull that off beforehand. But tis what it is. Papa's Place got 300 primers for my 6.5 yesterday. Did a trade with a guy. I traded 300 Wolf small rifle primers for 300 Winchester large. Only paid 2 cents each for the Wolf 8 years ago. Nice. Yeah, if you have the ability to store that stuff up, when all this gets fixed, if it ever gets fixed, hopefully you guys do what some of us have done. And I wasn't huge at doing it, but I did buy stuff before it got real crazy. And stock up for a rainy season again, if you want to call this the rainy season, because you just never know. I got a buddy, Chico Wise. Every once in a while he'll pop in here. He's actually trying to build primers out of old snap caps from back in the day when you were a kid, and the little guns with the little circle snap caps. So far it ain't working out well for him. So we'll see. Six Rudders. What is going on, Six Rudders? Eagle Eye Shooting. What is up, brother? Just so you guys know, tonight's chat is sponsored by Desert Precision Gunworks. Get on over to Eagle Eye Shooting. They're on YouTube, where he can build you an awesome rifle. Oh, crap. There you go. Here's the link for some of you guys. If you want to get in here, jump in. Say hi for a couple minutes if you want. And then jump back out, or I'll kick you back out, or whatever you need if you can't figure it out. What type of 22 ammo are you using in your matches? Let me go grab a box, just because sometimes we need to see what the box looks like. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I could have told you what it was, but I want to give you more information than that, and I don't remember the number. So, it's Lapua Center X. Got quite a bit of this stuff. But for those of you that may wonder what lot I have, maybe you come across one of these lots. The 25.5, come on, camera. Or maybe you have a bunch of this. I know a guy by the name of John Kreiderman that sure needs some. There we go. That's about as good as it's going to get. So Frankfurt, that is the ammo that I've been using. Oh, who we got in here? We got Mr. Eagle Eye. See if he's ready. Give me a thumbs up, Eagle Eye, if you're ready. All right, he's ready. All right.
What's up, fellas?
How are you, amigo?
I am burnt out here. It is getting hot. You see the sweat on my
do this
forehead.
again. Hold on, I got to figure out how to turn you up. They can probably hear you. I can't hear you, so it's not their problem. It's my problem. It's usually my problem. Speaker. Oh, yeah, that's why. Let's try this.
All right. How about now?
There we are. Yeah, let me turn you down so I'm not echoing all over the place. Let me hit echo cancellation. I think we're good. Those of you out in the chat, if you hear a bunch of echo, let me know, and I will turn Kenny down on my end so it's not echoing in the microphone. Welcome, my friend.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, brother.
Well, since you are the sponsor of the show, I figure, you know what? Why not?
Why not? Yep. I'll build your rifle any day there, Rick.
I appreciate it. We got William Nah out there. It's been a while. What the hell? Conservative sniper. Rick Smoker. So I saw your video of your son. I don't know if you posted that or if that was just more of an internal posting.
Yeah, it's just I didn't want to go live. I already had a lot of hate from the 3D printed AR. So the next thing I need is some guy seeing, oh man, he's doing a full auto.
I got you.
So it's fun. We're having some fun right now with it, and we're testing out different uppers and stuff. So we're trying to see what works, what doesn't.
All right. I got a good question from Born to Be a Shooter. His name is Josh. He has a good question. It says, is your six covered? Is it still good training with supersonic or possible detrimental? I think if you can get out and shoot, and I'll let you answer first, Kenny, and I'll.
Well, it's always good training no matter what you do to get out in the range and practice your fundamentals. So it don't matter if it's supersonic or subsonic. Obviously, your point of impact and your dope's going to change, but if you can get out there and practice your positional shooting, you're going to benefit regardless. That's my take on it.
What's up, Mr. Scotsman? Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think anytime you can get to the range, put rounds down range. You may, if you have your dope available for that stuff, I don't think it's going to shoot as accurately. I know it's not going to shoot as accurately, at least the testing we've done. But if you got something and you can hit targets and work on barricades, I think that's the most important part.
Absolutely.
My thoughts, anyways. So let's see what else we got out here. They're saying I'm hoarding all the 22 ammo. You can't have my bullets, John. Actually, John could have some of my bullets. Let's see. We can hear Kenny. Got a chance to shoot with a couple of these guys out here. We have where to go? Damn, it jumped up. Welcome, Orion Fixer, Brian T. Where did it go? Yeah, 6 runners here. Great guy. He was tearing it up the other day at the match. What up, Thomas Rowland? Hopefully you're not driving. Hopefully you're hanging out and relaxing. The crazy Scotsman's out there. We need to buy a primer making machine so we can have primers for our ammo.
Yeah, I was going to respond to Chico Wise on that one. There's a few ways to make them. One of them is obviously with Strike Anywhere matches and the snap caps. That's another good way to do it as well. What he's doing, except you need to transfer all the stuff from the snap cap over. For crap hits the fan scenario, that'd be a way to go. But
I don't know. I have no idea why I still have hearing. I remember as a kid. Remember the ones that came in the roll, the red roll?
Uh-huh.
It would be fun to hit them with a hammer one at a time. But then, of course, 10's good. Then the whole damn roll's good, and it's loud. And
yeah,
I don't know.
They're very corrosive to a rifle barrel and chromoly steel. So if you're to do that, you make sure you're actually more corrosive than military corrosive from ammo. So you definitely have to clean your rifle. Yeah, it'll start pit marking your barrels real quick.
We got Josh out there, Pursuit of Accuracy. He's putting out some good videos. Go check out his channel. We do have a question from Drew Bradley. Says, what does Kenny do to manage the humidity in his shop?
You live in Arizona. You don't have to worry about humidity. Then you get
That's how it was in California. You never had to worry about humidity.
Yeah.
You had to worry about your wood drying out, if anything.
See, and the mirage is the biggest thing that I fight out here, really. And it's not the heat that causes mirage, it's the stupid pressures, temperature pressure. So you got warm air, you got colder air from the ground that's causing that mirage. So that's why I go out at nighttime, because everything seems to kind of settle out the same temperatures. You don't see your mirage.
The Shaggy Rifleman says, you guys can do better. 33, that's what I was scoring in high school, you guys. That's an F. 33 out of 67. Come on, you can do better than that.
Right.
I bet it does, Carcane. I call it Burning Ring of Fire. I don't know what that one was. X-Ring has been banned from the local casino because he's always winning money. He goes there. So Ray isn't there, and he must be at the casino. No, he's busy. He's got stuff going on. Desiccant patches all over my toolboxes and stash. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. Let's see.
Bam. TV wants to know if you thought about rebuilding older rifles.
Funny story about that. That's kind of how I got into this. I don't know. I just don't have, I guess, a lot of cash to drop on a custom action. So really, I do have a lot of older rifles. If you look at some of my older videos, I got an old Mossberg 100 ATR that shot like dog crap. I mean, it never put a group out there. And I rebarreled that thing, and now it shoots a 0.7-inch group at 300 yards. And that's been my local F-class rifle. So I really, I started, right now I'm working on a SKS, and I'm rebarreling that to a 6 ARC, which is essentially a 220 Russian case as well. So that's going to be an interesting project that I'm working on. But yeah, older rifles is kind of like what I like doing, to be honest.
We got an awesome question by Gabdor out there. He wants to know what the link is to the shop.
Yep, simple as DP Gunworks. That is abbreviation for Desert Precision. So Delta Papa Gunworks, GUNWORKS.com.
DPGunworks.com.
Yep.
I tell you what, the rifle you built me is the most accurate rifle I have.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And every time I'm behind that lathe, I learn something new. So, I don't have what you say considered a gunsmithing background. The only thing I have is my groups downrange to prove what I do. So I appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you.
No problem. Did you hear? I don't know when you jumped on here, but for some reason I accidentally hit the buy button on a new V22 360.
You accidentally, yeah. I wish I could do that, but my credit card got declined.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to figure out what I got to sell now. I got to sell some. I got to sell a rifle or two.
Well, no joke, man. I mean, the Voodoos are they just shoot. I mean, if you just want a rifle to where you don't have to worry about messing with mags and getting things to run, the Voodoo is the way to go for 22.
The Shaggy hooked us up. He's got the link right there for you guys interested.
Awesome.
Take a look at it later, now, wherever. I'll get
Yeah,
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good guys out here. There's people that show up hell almost every night. Great people. They a lot of good information is out there in those comment sections.
Yeah. Joe Combs is asking if I get chatter with a barrel. Now, it only happens on basically lower end barrels, but I use a lot of high end Excalibur premium barrels. I got Douglas barrels, and my system is a bore through barrel flush system. So I actually have it's called Hangstifer's PC45. It's a special reaming fluid that goes down the bore of the rifle as it's spinning, and I'm chambering this, flushing all the chips out. There's ways and tricks to get away from chatter. If you take some of Gordy Gritter's articles and writing, even Dave Manson, you could put like a cotton patch, but I haven't really had to run into heavy chatter ever since I put that bore through flush system. That thing's been giving me phenomenal chamber jobs.
Maybe you can tell us. We talked a little bit about how barrel manufacturers will basically, kind of like with wood, they'll let it age, kind of.
Yeah.
They'll let it sit. Now, what does that do? Give us
it's
some
stress relieving. Yeah, you got stress relieving barrels. That's one thing a lot of barrel manufacturers kind of fail to do is after you drill a barrel and what they consider button rifling, which is basically a tool that will pull down the bore of the rifle and engrave and kind of push the metal aside and make the rifling. I prefer cut rifling. It's just something that I've noticed do a lot better for uniformity, but it causes stress around the barrel. So you basically have to heat up the barrel and let it air cool to de-stress the metal. And what that allows it to do is kind of settle back. You don't get any kind of weird harmonics and stuff. It's basically like adding hot, when you don't have a de-stressed barrel, you have hard spots in the barrel. So when the bullet goes through it, it's just like you're hitting like a solid, so like titanium versus aluminum or something, it makes it ring a lot more. So that de-stressing really helps out. High-end barrel manufacturers like Douglas, Bartling, Proof, all those guys all do that. And they all use cut rifling. So that's what I use.
Okay. I want to say hi to Abigail out there. She's a big follower of the channel. And it's nice to see some ladies out here that like to shoot. So welcome to the show, Abigail. Appreciate you. Now, there is a good question about Joe Combs actually asked. I'm sure you kind of talked about him a second ago. But if let's just say you had $1 bazillion and you could only buy one barrel and you wanted it to be what you would consider the best barrel. I don't know if you should answer this or not. So answer it if you think you should or not. But
even the best manufacturers out there, you're always going to have maybe one. I guess my top choices. I wouldn't say I have a best choice, but it all depends. There's Brooks barrels, there's Broughton barrels. That's another really good manufacturer. Bartling's always hit it. And what's funny is even the low brand Excalibur, that's one of the cheapest barrel brands out there. You can pick up a Contour barrel blank for around $260. And that's been all of my rifles lately, all switched over to Excalibur. So honestly, it's all the way. It's basically when you throw a patch down the barrel, you can really feel if there's a problem. Bore scopes are a huge plus for that. And I really had luck with all barrel manufacturers so far, except for a few, which I won't really name.
There's actually a certain individual you guys know shoots for a certain manufacturer. You've seen him on here a few times. I'll leave it at that. Mm-hmm. He actually received a brand new rifle of a certain sort. I'm sorry, I got to talk in code words, but
it's all right. Yeah,
this is something I shouldn't be saying. But he used the bore scope because he noticed that his groups were just crap with a brand new rifle. And once he used the bore scope, he did notice that there was an issue with it. There was somehow a ring cut out of it, or basically a ring in there that shouldn't have been, and it was throwing the barrel or the bullet off. and he'd send it back to get worked on. But basically what my little mini story is about is bore scopes are very inexpensive now. And
Right.
for those of us that do a lot of shooting, checking our copper felling in our barrels and, and anything and everything, rust or whatever, they're great to have around. So
Absolutely. That's funny, man. I used to think I was cleaning the barrels really good until I got a bore scope, and I'm like, damn, I suck at cleaning barrels because there's
yeah, you're like, there's still copper in this damn thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, a bore scope could be a really good thing, and it could be if you're OCD, I say stay away from it because it's going to really.
Yeah, you'll never finish cleaning that rifle.
Yeah, I'll never finish cleaning it, but it's a very good tool to have. I specifically use it when what I consider breaking in a barrel. When I'm shooting a barrel, I'm not going through the whole routine of cleaning patches, cleaning. I have a bore scope in between shots, and I'm looking for how that copper buildup is happening. I had one barrel with a specific manufacturer, which was throwing copper just in front of the lead, which is basically where the bullet engages, and causing enormous amounts of copper buildup. And of course, the groups were like, crap. Well, there was the indication right there. And for a typical person that maybe, for instance, spent $4,000 on a rifle, expecting it to shoot good, will spend hundreds of dollars downrange on the ammunition to find out that the damn rifle never shoot. Well, that $40 bore scope then and there told me within 10 shots that there's a problem with this barrel. So it's a huge investment, I believe, in my opinion.
That's great information, Kenny, for sure.
All right.
Joe Combs says my gunsmith would send back several barrels until he got a good one. Yep. See, and that's good too. Your gunsmith just not going, well, I can make it work.
Yeah. See, I guess I'm a little more picky. The first things I do is I indicate the barrel right at the lead, and I measure the difference between the lands and grooves. So you really want to see no deviation, no more than 2/10,000ths between lands and grooves on every single land and groove. So I indicate these barrels on the bore, and then I check the groove to see how much a deviation it is. Obviously, you want that bullet to enter the lead or basically engage the rifling as straight as possible. Now, there are barrels that I've seen where the lands and grooves are 4/10,000ths, 5/10,000ths more than or deviation. But all you do is you cut the barrel a little further, you basically chop off the barrel a little more and get your lead a little further down and check it again. So little things like that. I've sent back at least 4 barrels. Usually in an average of 15 barrels that I get, I send back about 4.
Wow. Now, I remember there was some information. I think it was DW asking, where should I get a barrel from? And I had said you, but it was an AR barrel. So I do apologize, DW, for that. It was right at the end of the chat. And I think, after you shut it down, you can't type anything in there. But he does ask, do you make AR barrels? So
yeah, I'm starting to get into it. So I actually started making 6 arc barrels. I have a specific chamber that's a custom chamber reamed with a shorter lead and shorter throat to allow the 105s to have that 20,000s of jump. That's what I noticed on the 6 arc to be kind of the sweet spot. So I have a custom reamer from Dave Manson, and I started making barrels. I just haven't had the time to finish them up and get the gas ports drilled out. So, but eventually I'll start having some AR barrels up there on the website as well.
Nice.
Yep.
Let's see. Let me catch up on the comments here. What's the best gauge of steel to use for the barrels you make?
That all depends. Honestly, high volume shooters, I mean, stainless steel works great. Chromoly, I like chromoly personally for F-class rifles. It is, for me, when you find a node, it holds that node, and you can do very high volume shooting and not see a really point of impact. So my F-class open rifle I'm building right now is going to be a chromoly barrel. I did some testing with the bench rest guy and shot 40 rounds consecutively back to back, and we're looking for any kind of point of impact change. And 40 rounds at 200 yards put out about an 1.5 inch group, which is pretty phenomenal for 40 rounds. So.
Jerry Parker wants you to explain what free bore is.
Okay, free bore, that is basically the space between where your bullet enters the bore and doesn't engage the rifling. So that area is what determines what kind of bullet you could use for that cartridge. Now, if you look at custom reamers, they specify different free bores to basically build your chamber to your cart or to a bullet that you're going to use. So, for instance, on a 308, you want to use the 180 juggernauts. They got a specific free bore you could use, which would be like a 172 or 160, which allows you to have that bullet extended further out of the case and give you that extra case capacity. So it's kind of like eroding your barrel, but having it cut away.
All right. Welcome to the show. Tank Frank is in the house. Let's see what else we got out here. You guys got a lot of great questions. This is awesome. Let me move this over here a little bit. I'm going to do this since it's just the two of us. Just the two of us. You never heard that song, have you, Kenny? Let's see. How many times will you use the reamer or sharpen them?
So that's the weird thing. So ever since I put that barrel through bore flush system, I've been through, I think, 15 barrels, and I chamber cast these barrels as well after about 5. So every 5 barrels I'll chamber cast and measure that, and I haven't seen wear. So honestly, that barrel flush system that I added on the lathe has been a huge upgrade. Before that, I used to send the reamers out back for sharpening after 6 or 7 rifles, or after 6 or 7 barrels reamed out.
So what does it run, in a coolant or an oil or what?
It's called Hangsterford's PC45. It's a special reaming fluid. It's very high sulfur. It's kind of clear, but it's specifically designed for reaming, and that allows the actual reamer itself to engage the stainless steel a lot better and actually cut instead of actually scrape, and actually cuts. So instead of getting little fine particle chips, you're getting actual chips coming out of that reamer. And it makes it makes a very polished finish. It's awesome. I love that stuff.
That's what I see at Microtech with the lakes underneath the lathes.
Yeah, I can jump back.
I don't know what they use or anything, but
I can jump back in.
Call it a coolant, but maybe that's just to cool it down.
Well, see, that's the thing. So I come from a precision CNC. I was a precision tool and die maker prior to my job now. And yeah, coolant there's certain things you can't use coolant for. One thing about coolant is it's not really designed for reaming applications. It does cool the part down, but it causes wear and burn spots on drill bits and stuff like that. So it depends. I've seen folks use coolant, but ideally for a reaming application, you want a reaming fluid, something that actually grabs onto that reamer and grabs onto the metal and lets you do its job while cooling out the part.
Yeah, this isn't on a lathe. This is more on their I don't know if it's a 5th axis CNC machine, but it basically grabs a new tool and does a whole, they call it a tombstone, basically.
Right. Yeah. That works perfect, but it's because
hey, Kenny, if I didn't do all this, I didn't do this, you wouldn't know what I was talking about, would you?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. What the hell is a Tormac CNC 6 axis? That's what they're using.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're using, but since I went like this, you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, I knew exactly.
Karate chop. I got no other karate chop over here. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Honestly, those are really good machines, and I thought about it too. Like, should I implement a CNC to do my chamber jobs? I like doing everything by hand. For one thing, I could literally feel the barrel and feel the reaming. Like if folks don't know, there's hard spots and soft spots in the metal, like you're digging a hole underground. When you get to those certain spots, you're sitting there feeding the reamer, you know it's got a hard spot. Well, on a CNC, it doesn't know that. So if you have the tool in your hand, you're able to know that, you're able to feel that, and you could actually slow down your feed rate and get that thing to cut better, and you just get a better overall finished job. So there's things that you could get away doing a hand operation versus a CNC, and there's problematics of the CNC. You can't get everything lined up 100% straight. There's ways to do it, but you got to do some tricks. There's a few companies out there that are doing a really good job with that.
Now, are you still using that temperature gauge thing?
Yeah. So so I got an IR thermometer that's on the barrel as well. I guess I'll give you guys all my secrets. I got to save some secrets.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll erase it.
No, it's actually good information. So yeah, I monitor the temperature of the barrel, and like I said, I really don't have to no more because of that barrel through flush system. But I don't want to go in over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, because obviously metal expands, and when you start reaming, you could cut actually more. You could actually have a. I want to get the reamer or the chamber to the reamer specs. So the more you control the temperature of the barrel, the better your chamber job's going to come out.
I got a perfect question for you, Kenny. Me and Ray were talking about this the other day. So, it was on Ray's channel, but we put out a video about the 18-inch, the 20-inch.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen all that crap, right?
That was awesome.
So, and then I said, you know what? I said, so when metal heats up, it expands, right? So I'm like, okay. So if you have a 20-inch barrel, an 18-inch barrel, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to figure out a way to make this simple. As the bullet goes down, like if you wanted to figure out, I can't remember what the hell we were trying to figure out now, but I'm like, okay, are you losing velocity because now the barrel's heated up and is expanded? And then if it expands, because we don't know for sure, does the inside and the outside, like, we were trying to figure out if, like, at one time
does it constrict?
Does it do this, but the inside hole part, meaning the rifling part, like, have to go the other way?
Yeah.
It makes it tighter, so it's like now you're maybe losing velocity. Like, we were just kind of brainstorming, and then we're like, there's no way to tell unless we had a gauge where we could shoot around, run it down the barrel, see if it tightened up.
Yeah, you would have the air gauge, and honestly, the best way to doing that is a controlled environment, air gauge, and heating up the barrel, every 50 degrees to see what it does. But I believe you could call around folks that do have air gauge, and you have that kind of statistics written down.
Yeah, but will an air gauge tell you if the circumference is getting bigger or smaller inside of the chamber?
Yeah, the air gauge measures the bore of the actual barrel. So yeah, the air gauge will, I'd say, evidently probably do tell you if it's constricting or not. Now, I haven't heard of anybody checking it with a barrel temperature. I do know they're in controlled environments, but I'm not sure if any testing has been done. At what temperatures do bores start to constrict? I'd say that the 22, obviously, just like any other cartridge, has an optimum burn where all the pressure is right then and there and starts tapering off. So at a certain length of barrel, that's kind of where you're seeing it drop off. You only have less than a grain or 1 grain of powder in the 22, if that. 8.5 or subsonic.
We got X-Ring out there. I think X-Ring's still busy at his last thing that he's working on. I don't know. Great questions out here. Hell, maybe X-Ring can remember. He has a way better memory than I do. But we're basically trying to figure out, when shooting a rifle, if it constricts, because we know metal expands when it heats up. But what happens when the heat is generated from inside? So that was kind of the thing. Like, I wonder how that works.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't think testing's been done like that, to be honest. So it's kind of interesting to see. Folks, have you experienced after like maybe 30 rounds or 20 rounds down the barrel, your speed increases on like their centerfire rifles, or does it all stay the same?
Yeah, because let's say it expanded. Like, me scientifically have no idea what the real answer is. But let's just say that the barrel does expand. It's metal, right? And metal expands when it's heated. But now you're basically you're going to lose what? You're going to lose.
I would think it would constrict the bore. It expands. Everything moves. So your bore is going to get tighter, I think. In my opinion, I think that's what happens.
You think accuracy would go down, and you think velocities would go down?
I would think
barrel's bigger, so it's letting the gases kind of. It's not. I don't know. I mean, it's just, that's a question that.
Right. Yeah, I don't have the knowledge or the answer for that.
That's it. I'm booting you out. Get the hell out of here. Let's see how to remove. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. We're just thinking about it. Some of the dumb things we think about.
Well,
Max,
Ray had that was a really good video showing the velocities between the 16, 18, and 20. And what was it? The 20-inch had no improvement in velocity, what it was, or something like
it was
that?
the same. It was
Same.
basically the same.
So, and then it was perfect. Like, what are you really gaining? I mean, 2 inches a barrel or 6 ounces, okay, for weight. But that was perfect to show that a 16 and 18-inch barrel, they're all about the same velocity. So,
Yeah. Well, what's hard is, and I don't want to get on my little soapbox, but people ask a lot of questions, which is good. Like, that's the reason why we're here.
right.
And we do this kind of stuff. But then it's like we're trying to do the best we can. We had 5 voodoos. We
Yeah.
only had 120-inch barrel. And they're like, well, you need to have – well, okay, well, you need to send us to shit. Like, because you're lucky we even have 5 of these things. Like, that's pretty damn amazing feat in itself. And then they're like, well, this barrel – or this was a different gun with this one. And it's like, what's what we got. Like, we're just trying to give you information. It's what came out. This is what showed up on the results. Like, we're not here to care whether it's high, low, or we're not trying to make
it's just showing results. Yeah, every results will differ as well. So, but the control of that was the ammunition. So regardless, it showed 16, 18-inch, 20-inch. What are the
controls? Good point.
Yeah,
same exact lot, same exact box. Joe, there are a lot of other variables. How metal reacts to bending is just as much a factor as expansion. As the barrel heats up, so does the chamber, and means your powder too. Another factor. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a bazillion things. I don't even know why you can hit something at a mile because of all the factors.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. People talk about cooking your ammunition when it's in the chamber and you're sitting there trying to get it dialed in before you take a shot. Now they say and I've been practicing this too as well, but take only chamber your round when you're ready to take your shot for ELR or precision shooting. That's what I've been doing for my long range stuff. I do notice it to help out quite a bit for vertical displacement.
You're worried about it firing off?
No, I just worry about the velocity increasing. So
gotcha.
Sitting in there
like a hot chamber.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a very temperature sensitive powder like Reloader 16 and a 308, that 50 degrees, it could easily climb sitting in your chamber for a few seconds.
The Shaggy Doppelganger is pretty damn hot looking. She looks a little young for me though. What's up, Ghost Rider USA? You can measure if your barrel is expanding due to heat with a strain gauge.
Strain gauge, yeah, that's another way. That's we have a guy out here that has an OLAR 46, and that's how we measure max pressure on chambers. So we hook up the 2 screens. They're velocity screens, one at the target and one at the muzzle, and he has a strain gauge on a rifle to test out max pressure. So very interesting tool.
Oh, Mississippi Buckeye's got a great answer here. It says conductivity will displace the heat throughout the cross section of the barrel. So yes, diameter could increase and bore would get tighter and it will lengthen.
We got some really smart people out here, man.
I tell you what, I don't come on here to teach anybody anything. I come on here to learn stuff.
This is awesome. This is what makes the whole community better, man. Hey, guys, thank you.
Simon, guess what time it is, buddy? We got McDonald's gallon tonight again.
Nice.
They should have never sold this stuff by the gallon. This is just liquid wickedness.
Absolutely.
That's not good, Kenny. I did get this at breakfast this morning, so that's how much I've had all day.
Oh, that's fine.
Actually, that's a lie. Because where did I eat at today? Oh, yes. And then I had 1 cup of at the restaurant.
Yeah. I actually had my ATF inspection today, so that went pretty well.
Did it?
Yeah.
Let us know. Did they call you ahead of time like they're supposed to?
They gave you some leeway. This one gave me she gave me about 5 days advance notice. Well, honestly, I mean, you just got to do what you got to do correctly. You get all your books in order the next business day. So she came here, and I wasn't scrambling or anything. She asked for A&D books and records, and sure enough, I had it all there. She was pretty impressed with how I had everything organized. So
I'll have to tell you a story after the chat.
yeah.
Can you use an ultrasonic test to test barrel after several firings and test thickness? I don't know. Ride the wave. I'm not sure. Lynn Holt, welcome.
45 auto. So funny. The first thing she did when she walked in here was, she sees the big ass 3D printer that I have here. And
shit.
That was the first question because that's a hot topic right now. Can you 3D print firearms? I'm like, nope. Haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. So you don't want to give them the information. I mean, you can, but there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through.
So somehow I ended up, you know how you're like clicking on a video and then you end up like, it like detours you to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So let's just say you were watching rifle videos and now you're watching guys do donuts in a parking lot or something. You know what I mean? Like somehow you just like wonder what this is kind of do. The what do they call it? The something hanger, the coat hanger or
yeah. Oh yeah, the coat hanger auto sear. Yeah, someone made a coat hanger auto sear.
So it came up on that, and I was like, "What the hell? I've never even heard of those." I guess I really don't want to waste ammo because you know what I mean. I'm good with it.
Right. Well, and that information's been around. I mean, if you're trained in the military, improvised munitions, they could tell you how to get a freaking soda can lid, bottle, or a can opener and freaking make an auto sear out of that. So the information's out there. I don't know what they're getting at. It's the folks. Are they really going to use it for crime? What are the statistics of them using that in crime? I haven't seen much about it.
45 Auto says, "Good job on not going to jail, Kenny."
Yeah. That was so. She said, "Can you 3D print a suppressor?" And I already know the answer because there's a company out there selling the 3D printed suppressors. I forgot the name of it. It just came out recently. But you want to get
a metal 3D printer or a plastic?
It's a plastic 3D printer. But there is legitly a plastic 3D printed suppressor you could buy right now.
Plastic?
Yes, I believe what's his name, Brandon Herrera on YouTube did a video on it recently.
Yeah. Hey, remember he was at IV8888?
Yeah. I was like, "What's up, Gun Jesus?"
I never had watched any of his channels before then, but he was a celebrity he was a celebrity. He's got a big channel, but a lot of that was in his own mind. I was like,
yeah. Well, I was giving him crap. Well, we got along actually. He's actually pretty fun.
He seemed like a nice guy, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Man, where's the Pantene Pro V commercial here?" so he's a cool dude.
I mean, that whole like AK versus AR,
yeah,
genius. He did a great job on that. So
yeah, he did.
I just wish I would have done it. Damn it.
Yeah.
That is why I am still not confident with the Christensen carbon fiber wrap barrels. Yes, they have great heat soak, but that also means the expansion rate is very fast, at least how I see it.
Yeah, Drew, that's been my experience. I've made a couple of them so far, and I noticed that, there was a point of impact change after a few rounds. You could do your 5-shot group, and these were skinny barrels to begin with, but they're hunting rigs, and I definitely noticed from the barrels I built that carbon fiber didn't hold up to like a big, heavy contoured barrel.
Oh, shit. I just hit the wrong button. There we go. All right. Stress and strain will beat it to us. Design a steel.
Yeah, the plastic off. Yep.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, I remember when those first came out, the whole 3D printer thing, and I was like, wow.
Ooh. X-Ring got visited too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you, but I didn't want to say it on the thing. Yeah. Well, he didn't officially, but someone that he works for did. Let's see. Bob Smith. Everybody is Shaggy tonight. That's right. Yeah, Shaggy's rolling with like 4 different YouTube names on here.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaggy hooked me up and got Who is that? This could get bad really quick.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who that is. You got to tell me who's coming on here. I've done this before where actually you were on the chat. Remember, it was I don't know if you could have seen that part. If that's you guys that I normally talk to, oh, that is X-Ring. What the hell you got a C for?
Tell us a ghost story there, X-Ring.
I think everybody got inspected by freaking ATF today.
Dude, yeah, that's funny because I know she's making her rounds. That's funny. I didn't know that. So I thought I was the only one.
How'd that go, buddy?
No, we're not done. It is 10 o'clock right now, and we have to resume in the morning.
Mm-hmm. It could go on for 3 days,
Hey,
depending on how many.
So that means our what we were planning on doing tomorrow is canceled or what?
No, we're still doing it.
All right. Okay. What time you got to be there in the morning?
First thing, like stupid early.
All right. Shaggy Rifleman says that ATF chick gets around. Give her my number, Kenny. That cross, what happened to the knee? What happened? DW, I'm doing superb. The knee is doing well. Glad it's doing well. Jeff Cobb says ATF getting ready for the shit show to start tomorrow.
Dude, I think that's might be. She did hint to that. There's some new legislation dropping down tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's Biden's full attack on the Second Amendment, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be all ghost gunny stuff and all everything else. Welcome to the show, Jeff. I just saw you on there. Bob Smith. Yeah, so I don't know. Things are going to be, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, keep your heads up, guys. You know, we all work through it. We have enough people here that are level-headed, so don't get too scared.
Yeah, keep the books right, and you should be good. Don't do anything stupid, and you'll be good to go.
Absolutely. My biggest thing is the record keeping. Obviously, I got to keep mine permanent for anything manufactured. But you know, I'm always one to protect the innocent. So
yeah. Shebal Seki, what's going on, buddy? What an amazing time to be an American witnessing such things.
Yep.
Yeah. Rick Research Dix Act, 1902. 70 in here, 70 likes. Hell yeah. I see 67 on mine. Well, Ray, that's a long day for you, buddy.
Man, you aren't kidding.
Yeah, you'll make it through it.
Text me today. I'm excited.
Who did?
Yeah. So I got the voicemails. It's on the way. It's perfect because I'm itching to get that thing off and see what it'll do for you.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
Did you already split up his barrel?
No, it's on the way. Same exact one you got.
Oh, nice.
So I told him, let me get your hand select because I know you got them. This is like, well, who are you again? How do you know about the hand selects? So you got a premium barrel coming there, Ray.
Nice.
My other barrel's a hand select, right?
Yeah, yours is a hand select. The only one that has a different one is Matt. So Matt has the Bartling.
Yeah.
So yeah, you both got the hand selects. So those are the ones that the shop foreman deems to be the most straightest, the most gooder.
Oh, we got the gooder ones?
You got the gooder ones.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Nice.
folks don't know, it's really extremely difficult to drill a barrel straight. You always have a bow. So
State and local laws. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What's the ATF? What was the ATF looking for? They just wanted to make sure the books.
Basically, they want to see and visualize every single machine gun, firearm, silencer that you have, and make sure that they're on the books and they can be accounted for. But the thing is no notice. I was on the way home when you and I left, and it was like, ATF is here, let's do it. And I was like, oh crap. So yeah, they weren't leaving, and there was no call, no anything setting it up.
Wow. Yeah, they could do that, right?
A pain in the butt so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they could do that.
They don't have to notify you.
Yeah, exactly what he said. It's all about traceability. Where, how can they trace it back? And it's not just your books. If you wanted to, they could see where it came from and go hit that FFL up and be like, hey, we want to see this. So if you're an FFL and you got books, you be straightforward with it, because you affect everybody essentially.
Loving the Tika,
okay,
Matt Krause.
So the biggest issue that we had tonight was there's been some anomalies in some of the guns. Okay, so like if you have an imported NFA item, like a fully transferable, it could say imported NFA item, even though it might be an HK MP5. Okay, so the problem is I've went through this with ATF, or HK M4 entry shotguns are listed as Berettas. Everybody across the board knows this problem. Even though Beretta doesn't own HK, it's Benelli HK that, did their thing at one time. And trying to get all that corrected, because on some of them it says, imported NFA, and they're like, well, what's this? It's like, well, it was imported. And that's correct. That's what the original transfer shows. And so we had some discrepancies, and then also with like dashes or hyphens, like if you have like 62-0058, well, if it doesn't show the hyphen, it's like, look, I'm not going to change the serial number. This is what it is. This is what the original paperwork had on it. So a lot of bull crap like that. Pain in the butt.
Yeah. Well, that's why I've been really hesitant with getting to the NFA items. But might as well do it now.
Yeah.
So how long was yours thing, Kenny?
To get that post, well, I got lucky in that one.
No, how long was ATF at your house for?
Oh shoot, 5 hours, and that's like nothing really compared to what Ray's saying. 5 hours, but dude, that's 5 hours straight. I'm like, dude, I'm dying. I gotta take a shit. Let me take a shit, please.
Wow.
I know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel like
yeah, at one point I was like,
go ahead. Oh, that's what you're.
No, I was saying at one point I was like, I got to go to the bathroom. All right. Plain and simple, I got to go to the bathroom. Well, leave your books here. Don't touch them. It's like, no, everything's good with the books. I don't care about that. I got to take a break.
Yeah, it made it awkward, man, because she sat right there at my dining table. And I'm like, dude, the bathroom's right next door. It's not like I could blow it up and right in front of her. It'd be an awkward situation.
Yeah.
We are done. We are done.
So, I mean, yeah, that would have been funny. But, yeah, it was 5 hours straight. She checked everything. She even checked out the barn. So, checked out the elevator. She took a ride in the elevator.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, she was actually pretty cool. I think a lot of it was the fact that I had everything straightened out. So I got lucky there.
But if you're consistent every time they come, they're like, "Oh yeah, Kenny, his books are really good."
Well, I keep books. I mean, meticulous.
Yeah. So the only thing I had, I guess with me that I had an issue was I had my sales and transfers should be all my new.
Like that. Yeah, we got to resume on it.
Yeah. So. I just had the books. One of my books should have been labeled backwards. It should have been all my new actions should be coming in on sales and transfers instead of manufacturing. but they're all logged in there. So that's just one thing I had to change. Other than that, I got thumbs up on the audit today.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, repeat that last one. Yeah, he's probably in bad. Service sucks around here, guys, in North Carolina in the mountains. The mountains of North Carolina. You can be driving along, you got 5 bars, and you got 0. I would have left the door open. That's right, Mississippi. They be all right if you ask a lot of questions and are willing to listen to them. But if you come off as a D-head,
yeah,
they return it. Yeah, Drew Bradley.
I was actually at a shop the other day trying to get some laser engraving done. This guy here has a laser engraver, and I mean, it's just sad to hear. The guy had it on speakerphone. I could hear all of his dirty laundry. In possession of Class 3 items that are not documented with the NFA, yeah, that's a big no-no. So I don't know how that's going to happen, how that's going to work out for that guy.
I don't know the answer to that one, DW. It is your own it is your own property. You should be able to sell them, obviously. I don't know.
DW, you had a boating accident. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. I know. I got to buy some snorkel gear. I mean, you know how much stuff could be down at the bottom of everywhere. Just say. So what's old Hawk doing? Did he have a good time shooting the other day?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that guy, you know, that's the cool thing. I'm not pushing him. I don't want to because I want to have that spark for him to go out and want to shoot and not make it a chore. So he loves going out there at nighttime. We've been doing challenges at nighttime, 10-inch plate, and I let him figure out his whole dope, his whole scope and everything. I says, let's do it. 10 rounds, how many can you do? Well, he's doing 4 out of 10 the other day, and then the next day later, 5 out of 10, and just progressively getting. Now he's at 8 out of 10 shots on a 10-inch plate steel at 1,000 yards.
Who's winning? That's what I want to know.
He won yesterday.
I love it. That's good, man.
So
good.
He's doing he's doing very well. So that's what I'm trying to do is work on the fundamentals. Let him figure out how to adjust the scope. And we're getting wind. Like sometimes I'll get like a 15, 20 mile per hour consistent crosswind. So I'm letting him figure it out. You know, sometimes he dials the wrong way. I don't tell him nothing. I mean, and the cost of ammunition, but he learns. So it's just making him a better marksman. Little things he does. He's still, he's still not 100% squared behind a rifle. He likes to be like a C. You know, he has his butt way out here, his hip way out there. I'm like, nope, square up and focus on basically this trigger squeeze. So he's doing really well.
That's good. That's amazing.
Yeah. The positional shooting, we're practicing on that too. In fact, I was supposed to sign up on a match over here and have him go with me as well. I just don't know if I'll make it. That's been my biggest problem is just getting time for these matches.
Yeah, you better get your butt out there to some matches. Matthew Punch has a great answer on that one. I think it was for DW or somebody had asked. Super glue works great, B. Trying to keep my eyelids up. Don't fight it, Doug B. Get a nap. You can always watch the rest of this in the crapper like the rest of us did.
Yeah. So I do know they do definitely watch the 4473s. If your name pops up quite often, you will be asked to basically, audit your firearms. You'll get notified from ATF for sure. I've heard of it happening over here locally. They'll go to the FFL, get the A&D records from them, look at what they got, and then go to your house. So it has happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you start throwing flags up.
Yeah. I mean, don't be stupid. I mean, what's the point?
Most people don't sell, 20 guns a month.
Yeah.
Or hell, even 10. Unless you're a store or have an FFL.
Right, yeah. And what the guys are doing, what I ended up finding out, the guy was buying them and selling them on the street, private party, which there's legalities in that one too.
Yeah, that's a no-no. Matt Cross says the real reason the oceans are rising is not because of global warming, but all the guns lost in the boating accidents. Good one, buddy. Good one, Matt Cross. Yeah, I was sitting here and I'm like, I wasn't like super motivated. I'm like, man, do I want to do a chat? And Matt had called and says, you gonna do a chat tonight? And I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, your chats are awesome. Even if I don't catch it, I get the reruns.
Yeah, he likes watching them because he'll be like working on a tractor and he'll run it as a a podcast basically.
See, that's the thing. That's what I do. I podcast until Ray busts out the damn whiteboard. I got to pull over.
All right, what the heck's he talking about? Yeah.
What's his whiteboard? Let me see.
Yeah, the whiteboard of wisdom.
It's good stuff, man. You guys got great content. I know your chat's been growing. I've been noticing that.
It has. We have. I don't know what my highest number is, but I know it's like maybe 120-ish, I think was my best so far. Pretty awesome. I remember when we were doing these and, we get 12, 15, 20 and it'd be like a great night,
All right.
It's fun. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't watch any TV anymore. I don't even have a TV upstairs at all. I have two down here, but I'm looking at one, but I'm looking at us talking. I don't use it as TV. And I watch YouTube more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I do. When I was on the road, even at the hotels, I never cracked the TV open. If anything, I'm using it as a monitor and reading articles, Yeah. I kind of got away from that. Every time I turn the news on, it got me pissed off. I noticed me being an angry person. So I was like, nope, I got to stop that.
DW says, so if I give someone a gun without going through FFL, what's the problem? Well, it depends on the state. California, that wouldn't fly. I'm sure there's a few others, but I think it's just more or less like in North Carolina, I could sell or give,
Yeah, there really shouldn't be a problem. I don't think there should, but obviously, how are you conducting what they're saying, background checks or whatever? Hey, whatever. When folks are purchasing firearms under their name or using their CCW as a profit, basically buying firearms and then selling for twice the cost on the street, that throws a red flag, obviously, for who are you selling it to and why are you doing this?
We got reloaded from the hot pot, Mr. Gene out there. Welcome. Been a while, buddy. Matthew Punch says he needs to build a new 6mm dasher.
Dude, the dasher is a killer, man. I hear a lot of good things about it. Very easy to reload for. There's like one powder charge that everybody uses that it's just guaranteed to work for some reason.
Yeah, the node's like this big. I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's just another 6mm cartridge. I personally, so the last match I went to, I used my 6 ARC, and I got top 3. I was at that local match, and everybody thinks I'm shooting 6.5 Grendel because obviously they're picking up my brass and they're looking at the head stamp. So I got that 6 ARC dialed in, man. That thing is shooting good.
It has been for months.
Yeah, and it's consistent. I'm trying to get some more 105s because I'm not kidding. I could get the 105s at 3,000 feet a second with that cartridge.
The burgers, right?
The actual 105 Hornadies or the burgers.
Oh, the Hornadies. All right.
Yeah, and then the 115s has kind of been my go-to if I can't find the 105s. I'm working on Lever Evolution powder right now, but that even with the slow, sorry, my baby daughter, 2,700 feet a second, same wind hold as a 6 Creedmoor. That's what I'm noticing.
Wow.
The elevation is going to be roughly half a mil more, but the wind deflection is damn near identical with a 115 6 Creedmoor or 105 Creedmoor.
Yeah, 6 Shredders, that's a bolt gun.
Yeah, and a bolt gun. Yeah, so I've been enjoying that cartridge. And the main reason why I like it.
You're a kid.
Yeah. I love the cartridge because I can throw it on my Progressive Press. It's CFE 223 or Lever Evolution. It's ball powder. It meters dead on, and you just crank out the ammunition real fast. So I'm behind that reloading press for about 20 minutes. I got 100 rounds going.
I know. I really wanted to. Well, luckily, I haven't been reloading lately.
Yeah,
Been doing 22 stuff, but
yeah.
I've been
Tank, you're
watching.
right, man. I
Actually,
missed
we
that.
talked about it with progressive precision reloading, and there's definitely people have different thoughts on it.
Yeah, you could definitely set up a progressive reloading press. So eventually I'm going to start showing off some of the precision dies I've been doing. I've been doing some really high-end match chamber dies that are giving me ridiculous run-out results. As far as, let's say, if you set up your progressive press to have, like, for instance, like the um, RCBS gold medal match die where you just throw a bullet in and let it center up, and that gives pretty good results. So there's ways to get a progressive press working. Honestly, as far as a powder drop system, if it's going to be using stick powder, that's where the auto tricklers really excel on that. So you basically have a station where it's just like a powder funnel drop, and you have your auto trickler on the side. So you could have your progressive press set up to full length size. What I would suggest is full length size separately. Then you have your first stage as either some kind of mandrel or something. Your second stage will be after you seat the primer, will be your powder drop. Third stage will be your bullet drop and all that. And then fourth stage will be your seating, obviously. So that's how I have mine set up.
Nice. You got a ton of good questions out here, buddy.
Yeah, I'm starting to read. Okay, so barrel length for the 6 arc. Okay, based off my experience, I built, was it 28 6 arc bolt actions last year. I've noticed the best overall length has been 26.5 inches. There seems to be just that accuracy node that seems to work very well for the 6 arc. I can literally take 105's Hornady black ammunition and put out a 0.3 inch group all day long with that ammunition. And those run at that length around 2,940 feet a second where I live. So I noticed 26.5 inches is where the 6 arc likes to be. Okay.
Did you see this comment on the board, just so you don't miss it?
Yeah, mid-stock. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have to get some if they have the 105s. I appreciate that, Tank.
Mid-South hooking you up.
Yes.
Or Tank Frank hooking you up with the info.
6 dasher or the BR in barrel life. That I don't have experience behind. I haven't burnt out a 6 dasher or BR barrel. I've made a few, so I'd have to get back to you on that when those guys burn out a barrel. Let's see. All right. How long?
We got a new one to the show. We got Carter Urban out there. He's 22 LR addict like myself, waiting on the V22 360 in an MPA BA comp chassis with a 20-inch ace. That's almost exactly what I ordered. I just ordered the barreled action. I went with the 20-inch MTU barrel. 360. I got to give it a shot. So welcome to the show, Carter.
So I'm actually working on right now. I converted 7.62 by 39 brass to 6 arc, so I can use large rifle primers.
You always doing something funky. I like it. I like it.
Yep.
Here's the link to Kenny's website if you guys are interested. He is actually he's a sponsor of tonight's chat. Desert Precision Gunworks. So go take a look at his rifles. Plethora of knowledge on building rifles. So
I appreciate it.
Let's see what bullet is in style. Cool, man. Yeah, you better order those bullets while we're talking because everybody's gonna be buying them right now.
That's damn it.
How long is the 6 arc barrel to get 3,000 feet per second?
Yeah. So I'm in the western side of the states here, so I have less density pressure. That's why I'm able to really push the velocities. My barrel's 26.5 inches, and it's pushing 3,000 with lever evolution powder. I'll do another video. I'm kind of in debating if I should do a reloading video or not. I've already got 1 strike on my channel, so.
That's probably enough.
Yeah.
Did you order a new chassis for your Voodoo? No, I have not. I was gonna sell my other one as just the barreled action and keep the chassis, but I'm not sure. There was someone that was thinking about looking at it, and I did give them the option of the whole chassis and everything. But if so, then I got to spend another like $1,100 on a Matrix. So I don't know.
So you're liking your MPA chassis, huh?
I'm loving the MPA chassis. Yeah. I mean, I got MDT chassis and shot quite a few other ones, but I really like them.
Yeah, I got a chance to play with a few of them, and I like the way the ergonomics feel on it. I did one, and I added the new MKM machine pistol grip. They have their 3D printed pistol grip and with thumb rest, and that made the ergonomics a lot better on that chassis.
You're liking it or no?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, their pistol grip, they did a pretty good job on that one. It's a nylon pistol grip. It has different textures, panels you can put on there, and it has different thumb shelf holders, so you could change the thumb shelves on them.
Okay, that's cool. Gordon said he went with and my suggestion with the 50 MOA mount. Now that video, I did say you got to have a good scope because some of those scopes, they won't give you enough travel, so you can't get to like a 35-yard shot. So hopefully it's working well, Gordon. Hopefully you had a chance to zero it and shoot some close targets as well as far targets. So awesome, man. Yeah, there can be issues with that. That's why when I put out the video, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody.
Right.
But it is super nice. I can basically dial all the way to 22. Actually, it's 28 now. I can dial to 28 now and then just add like 2 mils and I can shoot out to 500 pretty easy. So I'm not way down in the bottom of my reticle like I used to have to be. So I can zoom in more if I need to. Boom, boom.
Out of stock.
Oh, damn it. Skull's out there. He says, I highly recommend Kenny. Saving up for my next Kenny build. Yeah, Kenny makes some awesome. If you guys seen the Skittles, the group I put out with the Skittles rifle, that was a complete build done by Kenny. And the thing's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Really thanks. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, TV's got a great point there. YouTube sucks with their 3 strikes deal. Let's see. Kenny, what is the most requested action in barrel that you do? Is there anything that stands out as your top selling product? By Lynn Holt.
Honestly, I've been getting a lot of inquiries on the 6 arc. I think word's got around with the rifles I've made in the 6 arc bolt action. So that's been my #1 build lately, has been the 6 arc caliber. Honestly, the actions I get recommended are usually 2 things. I got would be the Zermac action will be #1, and then 2, I got a few impact actions I've done and some Defiance Ruckus actions. But so far, the highest seller would be the Zermac Arms Origin action. That's, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, the best bang for the buck. You got $800, $880. You get yourself a really nice action, and it doesn't break the bank, and it performs downrange.
So now I'm super curious. So Gordon had put on the Diamondback scope from Vortex.
Okay.
He's running 50 MOA, and not knowing what this answer is, I would have thought that wouldn't have been enough scope to work. But I can't wait to hear his answer. I would have had guessed no, but I have no idea. So it'll be nice to see. I'm getting a 40 MOA for the V22, putting an Athlon Cronus BTR Gen 2 on it. This is Carter talking now. From what I've read, it should be good to dial 25 yards. Yeah, you'll be fine with the 40 MOA for sure. Let's see. Jerry Parker, 83 light. Oh, I have not tested it yet. We'll be testing. Okay.
Yes.
So Gordon, I don't know if that scope's gonna work. The reason why I say that is I have one. I have the Diamondback. It may work, but don't be bummed if it doesn't. Because 50 MOA is a lot of MOA for the top of a scope.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
But that's so you can reach out there and zero at 500, right? Right in your reticle.
That's so I can go from I still have to have a 50-yard zero, but it's for me to be able to dial. So when I had the other rifle has a 30 MOA. Where's it at? I was able to dial 22 in the be able to dial 22, and then I would have to hold. I had to hold 8.5 mils. It was either 8.5 or 9 mils to get to 500 yards at the location we were shooting. Since I changed it over to 50, I was able to dial 28, and then I only need to hold 2 in the reticle. So when you're way down at the bottom of your reticle, you can't really zoom into the target. So it's way out there. Like all you see is a tiny little target. When you're at 2, because you're still so close to the center of the reticle, you can zoom in a lot more. And yeah, Gordon's going, oh dear. I hope for you, Gordon. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna because of that. I don't think the scope has enough internal adjustment in it.
Yeah. There was a question earlier about my favorite scope. I guess I'm not really a scope snob, or I just don't have much experience behind a lot of high-end scopes. But I just acquired a Mark V, and I'm not too impressed with it. So
Which one did you say,
it's
Mark?
the Leopold Mark V.
Oh yeah.
So
Some people
got
love it.
for, yeah.
I've heard bad reviews as well. Guess it just depends.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, a lot of realistically, most folks are just mostly target shooting. To have a really high-end optic, it's not really being used to its full potential. Right? If you're the type of shooter that's gonna go out there 1,000 yards or 500 yards, you could get away with a Diamondback, or you could get away with an SWFA scope and really have fun. So that's kind of been my theory behind it. I just started getting some higher end optics just so to see if the clarity helps me out. And I've been lucky so far with what I have. I've been using the Strike Eagle scope. I do have a Vortex, a Razor HD, but I barely use it. And what I've been really impressed with lately so far is the Element Titan scope. So I will be doing a review on that scope pretty soon.
What reticle you got in the Vortex?
I have the EBR 7C reticle on both of those.
Oh, you can mail that and send it my way if you want.
Okay. So,
any thoughts on scope mounts for 34 millimeter? Looking at the F3Rs, Warren, Zoopole, Arrow Precision. They're all good. I like the F3R. The only problem is maybe they're changed it. It's been a little while since I picked one up. Do they got anything with MOA built into it, or is it still zero?
Yeah. So the 34 millimeter mounts that I do help sell as well have 20 MOA built in canting. So they're cantilever style mounts, and they also do have a regular 34 millimeter 20 MOA mount built in. So that's what I run on my 6 mil Creedmoor right now. I have a 0 MOA rail, and I made it up with a 20 MOA scope base.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I got to scroll down to see what Gordon had said because I can't see it yet. But a lot of that's going to depend on what you're shooting. You know, with this 22 long rifle stuff, we're trying to get a lot because that bullet has to go like this. You know, it's not going fast. Right. But you got to have the right scope. So I think 40 is probably the way to go if you're with the normal stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, a 20 MOA, I'd say to get a 20 MOA, just so when you get out to 1,000 yards, you're more centered in the reticle or rector system. You don't get any kind of weird chromatic effects or zooming effects or anything on the scope. So a 20 MOA at minimum if you're shooting out to 1,000 yards. keeps you away from the high end of the erector system, especially with a heavy recoiling rifle. That's kind of how you destroy some of these erector systems on these scopes. Is that you're maxed out, you're like on the last threads, and you have a hard punch, and that knocks it down.
Jerry Parker won 1x8x24 in the chat. Nice. I'm calling it a night. 9:45. We're gonna be calling it a night here in a few minutes. The Thomas Rowland says, I like the simplicity of the Oryx chassis.
Yep. It's a good chassis system. Now, I like the XRS chassis. That's been my favorite so far. I got two. MDT has the, not the ACC, it's the ESS chassis is what I like, XRS, and they just came out with a whole metal M-Lock modular rail for the front of the XRS system, which is awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, I've seen some photos and stuff. I haven't held one.
Yeah.
Got to get any hands on one. Carter's got the APR S6 reticle. Nice. Yeah, 210s. I like 210s.
Yeah. And I'm liking those simple reticles. That's kind of why I like this Element Titan scope. Got away from the Christmas tree. And a lot of it is because what I noticed for me is 300-yard shots. If I do miss with the Christmas tree reticle, I can't see where I freaking missed. It's in the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of going on, and then some of them.
Yeah. I'd say.
And the H59s.
No. So I don't know. Personally, I've been kind of leaning towards more a simplified reticle, just a simple crosshair, but I do like the 2/10 information. So if you have the 2/10 mil hash marks, that's ideal. What I'm looking for. Open dot system. I want an open crosshair, open dot, and 2/10 increments, and at least the first 2 mils.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird. So I had a chance to mess with some scopes, and I always thought that it would be nice having the dot in the middle.
Yeah.
Because like the actually, I don't know if that one does or not. I can't remember if the H59. I think the H59 has the dot. And I got so used to the EVR 2C reticle having the open.
Right.
And I felt like it was bugging me. Like, get the hell out of the way so I could find, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing there? And yeah, I actually swapped them out. I couldn't do it. Too much crap in there. What's up,
Yeah. I have the Arkin scope. I'm still waiting on the SH4, but I had the EP4 scope with that what the hell reticle it was. It's the one with the crosshair and it's really fine dots in the middle, the micro dots. And I found that to be kind of a pain, man. I didn't like that scope at all. Or at least for my eyes. It was very hard to pick it up. So,
I got a chance to check out that it's the Mill XC by Night Force.
Yeah, okay.
And it's pretty clean. I like it. Not too much going on. It's got the 2/10. I think if I wanted to spend the extra money and get a Night Force, that would probably be the reticle I'd go with. But again, those are super pricey.
It's Night Force. It's guaranteed, man. The track. That's really all that matters. You know, pretty good glass where you could see your target and not have all that crazy chromatic effect. And attracting the scope is really all you need for most shooters.
Yeah. There's that baby girl.
She's getting cute, man. She's out there talking.
How old is she now?
She's 8 months.
Dang. God, it's been that long?
Dude, right?
I remember when Mama was headed to the hospital.
Yeah. She's good now. She's my daddy's girl. Finally got one. The 2 boys are traders.
Oh, yeah.
I do all the fun stuff with them, but the boys are traders, man.
Yeah, the daughters will love you more, I think.
Yeah. It's all right. She'll learn how to shoot a 50 cal. She gets older.
Hey, my daughter can, I think, outshoot my son all day long. She's more about like being accurate.
Who was it that said it? Yeah, you have someone in the chat.
Accuracy by volume, where my daughter's more
pinpoint shooters.
Just get it done with the first shot kind of deal.
Yeah, women tend to be a lot more accurate. I forgot who said that on the chat. Oh, you had it on the chat. They are a hell of a lot more accurate for some reason.
And they'll listen to you if you're not married to them.
Yeah.
True fact.
True.
Fact. You got any new stuff coming up on the channel? Why don't you tell about your camera real quick before we
Sure.
get out of here?
Okay, so I'm still building these right now. That's why I got the 3D printer. These are target cams. This is one taken apart right now. I'm building, but yeah, I'm still pushing these out as fast as I can. It's just me making them on top of building rifles, but it's a target cam that gets out to. I'll be able to take it out to 2,600 yards. I haven't found its max range yet. Ideally, 1 mile, and you can see your impacts on steel. So those are on the website. I'm right now in the process of getting them manufactured so I can get them on Amazon. So it'll be a whole different launch. Once I get that all in play, it'll be relaunched. You'll be able to see a whole different logo and everything on there. Obviously not 3D printed no more, but still the same internals. I'm really excited on those. I can't wait to get the new ones in your guys' hands there, Rick. See what you think.
All right, let's see if old Shaggy wants to tell a story time. There's the link, buddy.
There we go, Shaggy.
All right. He did ask once before if he could get on the chat. Here's your chance to shine, buddy. Your what is it? 15 minutes, 15 seconds of fame, or whatever the hell it's called. Mm-hmm. My 16-year-old daughter whoops my tail in rimfire challenge every match now. She's going to be at the top of the leaderboard soon. That's awesome, Carter.
Yeah, I agree, Drew. It's going to be good.
Shaggy. He's like, not tonight, Rick.
Yeah.
All right, don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, I'm trying to do videos, man. I got a lot of content that I did film, just me putting it all together and not getting a strike.
So. Man, I tell you what, I got super lucky. So I got my chat killed 3 times, right?
Yeah.
It's been like a week and a half.
Right.
And the first time it said, you probably didn't know this, so we're not going to give you a strike, right? And then 2 days later, you probably didn't know this, so we're not going to give you a strike. And then 4 days later, you're not. I was like, oh, crap.
Well, they killed your strike for getting the freaking assault 2x4. I was like, are you kidding me? The 2x4.
I know. It is what it is. Actually, the first one was chassis, right? So nothing but a piece of metal.
Right.
Right? Which this is a piece of metal. And then the other one was for cleaning an airsoft. And
then your assault 2x4.
Yeah, and then the assault 2x4. I'm like, oh, Shaggy. Big nut Shaggy's on here. Let's see.
All righty.
What's up, Vanessa Kitty? Shaggy? Are you there, Shaggy?
Where did Ray go?
He was probably driving and lost internet. In my way. All right, once I see Shaggy's picture show up, or let's get him in here. Shaggy, there? Shaggy. Earth to Shaggy.
Hey, yo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What is going on, Mr. Shaggy?
You were trying to talk to me for a couple minutes, but it kept saying I was backstage.
Oh, you were? Yeah, I got to hit the little button. Welcome to the show. Nice to finally talk to you again.
Yeah, what's up, Shaggy?
Great to be on. Not much. Just spent last couple of days ordering parts.
Nice.
Getting stuff finalized, and I'm just about done with all these builds I got going on.
Awesome.
You like building them Lego guns, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Haven't had a chance to do any 80% stuff, because that's what I kind of want to get into. I just haven't had too much interest or time to do it.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at those. Total cost of that's almost the same price as buying one, though. But I see the point.
That's kind of been the big turnoff for me, was the cost of getting all the tools to do it and
Right.
not everybody is successful their first time. This rifle I'm currently building can attest to that. I messed up the front sight bad, and so now I have to chop off the front sight, get a new one, and send it into a gunsmith to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones I had done, you actually had to put the buffer tube thread. You know, you had to thread the buffer tube area. That was such a pain in the ass.
I haven't
Matt
seen
Cross is
those ones.
disappointed.
All the ones I've seen were already pre-threaded for the buffer.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, everybody wants to hear the story, Shaggy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen,
Discord
but I
is
gotta use the bathroom.
Discord is updating. Give me a minute before I pull something up, because I got so many stories going through my head because I try to post them daily.
Awesome. What Discord channel you have?
It's a Minecraft server I play on. They created a channel just for my stories.
Oh, okay.
It is really awesome because can't go into too much detail, but it's a great opportunity
Okay. Yeah, I'm on Discord all the
to give
time.
them
Hunting
life
primers
advice and encourage them.
Okay. Yeah. Discord has been my number one
You
go-to
see
for
chat.
components.
See here, Shaggy's Corner. There we are.
Yeah. There's a few channels on Discord. That's if you guys are looking for components, that's been the key secret to get them at normal prices.
Ooh.
What the hell's Discord?
It's kind of like IRC. Are you familiar with that? Like the gold gaming days chat rooms for getting like a scrimmage going on?
No.
Okay. It's basically a chat room. You get people messaging back and forth about certain topics,
Okay.
like AOL Instant Messenger, very similar to that, but it's just a program.
Got it. That's cool.
Yeah, but no, that's that. There's a few channels that I follow, and honestly, it's been big help. They got like folks out there, like constantly looking for supplies, and if you need them, they're there, and you can get them at regular prices. I've been lucky to score a brick of primer once a week, which is enough for me. Honestly, a brick of primer is 1,000 rounds. I mean, shoot, who else shoots that much more than that?
Yeah, true.
So it's there. I help out a lot of local shops here, so I help out get supplies. We all help each other.
Yeah, that's good. The community needs it.
Yeah, and one of the things you could do as having an FFL account or just having a retail account with Midway Brownells is you could have them hold your hazmat order. That's a secret. You put your order in, they hold it for up to 30 days, so you could get all of your hazmat together with one charge. Have them ship it.
Nice.
There we go. So there you go, folks.
That is a smart move.
Yes.
Jerry Parker says, everybody subscribe to the Shaggy Rifle.
All right. Well, got a story for you, Rick. You're going to love this one.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. So a couple years ago, 2013, living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we were in desperate times living in a hotel. We've had poor luck in life and bad decisions led to things, and we ended up living in a hotel. And all the stress of moving around from place to place and being in the hotel in a crappy neighborhood, smoking off and on, went from that to smoking every day. 1 or 2 packs a day. I'd just go out, walk around the neighborhood smoking a cigarette. Anyway, I'm walking through the apartments across the street one day, just smoking a cigarette, trying to get away from family as we're all cramped up in one room. I get to the butt of it, it starts tasting ashy. I flick you off to the side and continue walking. At that point, I realize there was a dumpster off to the side of me. And so I look back and make sure I didn't throw the cigarette into the dumpster, knowing that was a fire hazard. I'm looking around. I don't see it. I don't smell anything burning. So I go about my way. And I get all the way to the end of the parking lot when I realize I saw something red in the dumpster out of the corner of my eye as I was walking away. So I go back quick as I can, and sure enough, there was a gas can in the dumpster sitting on top of the garbage bags, and smoke had started rising up out of the garbage bags. And that was kind of an oh shit moment for me. So I decided to go around the corner, hightail it to the convenience store to borrow their phone. I didn't have a cell phone at the time. Figured I'd call the fire department. About halfway there, I'm already hearing sirens, fire trucks flying past me, police cars, whole 9 yards. I look around, turn around, look behind me, and you could see flames 150, 200 feet tall almost, rising up over the apartments, the hotel, all the buildings in the area, a ton of smoke. It was like, wow. So seeing that, I decided to go to the convenience store. Emergency services are already there. They're taking care of it. I'm just going to get a drink, go back to the room, lay down, pretend nothing happened. On my way back, I decided to walk through, scope out the area, check out the damage. There was nothing left of that dumpster. Big steel dumpster, full of trash, nothing left of it.
Yeah. There's a point where some of those will actually just fill the damn thing up with that and some soap, and then you can actually punch a hole in the bottom of the thing so it can drain out after.
Yep. I personally shut the railroad down for 2 days over here by overcharging batteries. Yep. 12 amps instead of 12 volts. Kind of fried some nickel cadmium batteries real quick. Left the location running like that for a while. Came back and ablazed.
Lots of damage or a little damage?
Lots of damage. Oh yeah. That was a huge pee-pee slap there.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are going to call it a night. Hopefully you guys had a great night. Appreciate you showing up. And it's always a pleasure seeing everybody out there. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Eagle Eye Shooting, and for sponsoring tonight's chat. You guys have a great one.
Yeah, I was just going to say burn.
And we'll see you on the next one. Hey, Shaggy, have a great one, buddy.
You too, Shaggy.
You as well. Good night, everybody. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And be sure to check out Kenny's website. He does some amazing stuff.
Thanks, fellas. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And God bless.
Absolutely.
There we go. All right. Have a good night, everybody.